In our video last week and on the podcast last week, we looked at boundaries and why boundaries collapse when we are under pressure. And I just wanted to go a little bit deeper into the system that kind of decide or determines whether our boundaries or whether our decision making or whether our leadership actually hold and whether we can hold to those things. So we looked at why saying no feels so uncomfortable in your body, even when you know it is the right thing to do. And when you set boundaries or consider setting them and then they get overstepped or you just don't keep to them, this is not because you don't have the willpower to stick to them. It's because your nervous system is overloaded. And that is what I want to talk about more today and go deeper into more today. If you are a high achieving woman who has a demanding job, who has a family at home, who holds it all together beautifully at work, feels very comfortable in your role, leads meetings calmly, makes decisions all day, and then comes home and finds yourself snappy and reactive and overwhelmed and exhausted, then today I'm going to explain exactly why that happens. And then I'm also, more importantly, going to help you with something that actually changes the situation. Now, have you ever looked at someone and thought about how you wish you had been born calm and unflustered like that person? If you have, then listen up, because the ability to stay calm is not a personality trait. It's not something you're born with. It's not about confidence. It's not about being better at coping. Calm and the state of being calm is a physiological state. And the women that you admire for seeming so calm under pressure don't have willpower. They're not just lucky. They don't have to try harder to stay composed. They just have a nervous system that is more regulated in moments of demand, in moments of pressure. And this is really important because leadership is not about how much you know, about intellectual knowledge system. It's about how well you can think and respond and decide when things get demanding, when the pressure is on. And I really want to be quite clear here because we often think about the nervous system as a wellness topic. So about getting calm using bubble baths or massages or going to yoga class or eating differently. The nervous system is not just a well-being or wellness system. It is a leadership system because your nervous system determines how clearly you think, how quickly you react, how much patience you have. It determines that it is safe to say no and how present you can be at work and at home. And the problem is that when your nervous system is activated, when it is in an activated state, then everything feels urgent. But when it is regulated, then everything slows down just enough for you to be able to lead brilliantly. So let's talk about you specifically as a driven woman who has always achieved. I know you because I am you, and high achieving women are trained in our experience to override our bodies, to override our nervous system. Focus is put on deadlines, on meetings, on deliverables, on performance, on responsibility. And when you are focused on these things, when you are focused on achieving these things, it feels good. And that is all well and good when you are in control. But suddenly here we are in motherhood on top of achieving these things, and this just adds so much more to do, so much more to focus on. Constant switching and thinking and the mental load and the emotional load and the unpredictability of things and even more responsibility. And the paradox that I see all the time is that you are often calm at work because at work you feel safe. Your nervous system feels safe. Roles are very defined. Authority is clear. Expectations are generally much more explicit than they are at home. And your nervous system feels contained. As I say, it feels safe. And in this state, you have access to that executive part of your brain, to your prefrontal cortex. At home, and maybe sometimes at work, when you don't feel safe, everything is emotional. Everything is relational. Sometimes everything feels like it's all happening at once. And so your system is exposed. You're not worse at home. It's just that you are more activated. And this is the part that nobody else talks about. And this is the fundamental key to being and becoming the leader that you want to be. Your nervous system is not just responding to how busy your life is and how long your to-do list is. It is responding to who you believe you need to be in order to be safe, to be accepted, to be good enough. If you have not listened to its episode 111 on the podcast or watch the video around executive identity, go back and listen or watch, because it will make so much sense when you come back to this conversation. In that conversation, we talk about the identities that so many of us are living from and living with: the good girl identity, the achiever identity, the over-functioner, the one who holds it all together, the responsible one, the capable one. And these identities come with rules. So rules like, I can't disappoint, I can't drop the ball, I mustn't slow down or they'll think I'm lazy, or I can't need too much. And when you live from these rules, then your nervous system is always on high alert. It's always looking for threat, because belonging and approval feel conditional to you doing the right thing, to you being good, to you achieving. And so here I'm going to reiterate that your nervous system does not feel threatened because life is busy, but it feels threatened because part of you believes that if you stop performing these identities, then something bad will happen. If you stop achieving, if you stop being good, something bad is going to happen. So what, on the other hand, then, does a calm nervous system look like? I want to start with a few things that it does not mean. I was training some clients the other day, and we talked about flatlining. A calm nervous system does not mean that you are flatlining. It does not mean that you are relaxed all the time, that you never get stressed, that you are kind of angelically, endlessly patient. But it does mean that you are able to recover faster after stress. When you are able to regulate your nervous system, there's more space between a trigger that comes at you and this feeling of stress that you experience in your body, and then your response to that trigger. There's a space where you can choose how you respond rather than just going out, rather than just reacting. When you can regulate your nervous system, you then can think clearly under pressure, because you have less internal urgency, less internal chaos, and you have access to that executive mind. You are able to be more steady, you are able to be more present, focused, and engaged. So when you think about calm leadership, it is not about being calm all the time. Leadership is about being regulated enough to lead well, to make clear certain decisions, to be innovative. So it's very different to stress management. Stress management offers you quick tips, it offers you techniques to keep you calm, maybe meditations, maybe mindfulness. But when you have spent years overriding your body, years living under pressure and expectation, regulation is something that you learn over time. You learn it in a place where you are supported, where you are safe, and where you repeatedly tell your nervous system that you are safe. I do this with my clients inside my 6-month group coaching program, Resilient. We use my everyday ease method to create a safe, certain, more regulated nervous system. We don't just talk about calm and look for quick fixes, stress management. We actually build the capacity for it in your real life, under the real pressure you experience, with all of the very real responsibilities that you hold. Because when your nervous system learns that it is safe to slow down, it is safe to set boundaries, to choose differently, then everything else becomes easier. You feel that ease in your everyday life. It is such a joy. And then you are able to, with that peace and that ease, to be present, to be engaged, to focus, to get things done, to build incredible, deep relationships. And if you listened to this episode today and you thought, "Ooh, this is me, I want that so badly, and I'm just all over the place, I'm reactive," you are not failing at anything. You just have a nervous system that is tired, a nervous system that has been on hyper alert all the time. If you want support learning how to stabilize that system, how to move it into a place of calm and ease so that you can hold your boundaries and think clearer and be more calm under pressure, I can help. Book a free call with me. We are going to look at what is keeping your system activated, the identities that are driving that pressure, and what it would look like just to build steadiness and ease, both at work and at home. I would love to go through this with you. The link is in the show notes, or it's below this video. A calm nervous system is going to be your leadership advantage so that you can continue rocking it at work, in the boardroom, really doing well, successful, achieving at work, and coming home to that peaceful home where you can be present in the very precious time that you have with your children.